Okay, let's do a little shop update because we have a lot of new projects that you guys have not seen. And we're going to give you an update on some that you have been wanting to learn more about. So let's go ahead. We'll head up front. We'll catch up with Seth and see what he is working on. Okay, up front here we have more of our clean work going on. So Seth is going to give us an update on this RD350 that we've made a video on. We revived this thing to kind of get a baseline for it. And now you're in the trenches, so to speak, with this thing. It is very torn down and going back together now.
Behold, the RD350. It was a lot more in pieces before than it is now. We at least have a rolling chassis now, which has turned out pretty decent, I think.
Yeah, you had this thing down to the bare frame, cleaned up the wheels and stuff like that. So new tires and just servicing everything. It's looking really good so far.
Yeah, it turned out better than I thought. And now at this point, I've got the engine torn down, all laid out, and I'm in the process of reassembling the engine. We discovered when having everything apart, the crankshaft here just had a lot of play in the bearings and in the labyrinth seal. And there was some wear marks on the crankcase itself from where it had been wandering around.
Yeah, there was a little, right there. You can see on the end of the crank, it whacked something in there. So why did I pick that up?
It's pretty heavy.
Help.
I was curious to see how you were going to remedy that. But yeah, we've just been getting parts on the way and slowly getting this thing back together. So should have an assembled bottom end before too long.
Yeah. And then the top end, we expected to have to rebuild that. So currently, I don't see anything in front of us here, but we have some new pistons for it. And the cylinders are up at another shop getting bored out, sized correctly. So
yeah,
we'll get it cleaned up. Got new crankshaft and stuff, I think, in here. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, the crank's already in there.
Yeah,
okay. There it is.
Half installed right now.
Half installed, okay. So
yeah.
we get the shift fork today and kind of start buttoning up the bottom end at least, which would be cool.
Yeah, I think we have everything for that to be pretty close to done, and then cylinders and pistons, and it's ready to rip.
Yeah, should run good, but then, obviously we've got other parts for the bike, so it's just going to take a lot of cleaning of various components. We got a lot of stuff for it going on, so it'll get there though. Just like everything, just takes time. So beyond that, what are you working on?
Well, there's this big brick in the middle of the shop right now.
Literally call it a flying brick.
It is in fact a flying brick. This
one sitting over here. I've had a lot of people comment and be like, "Hey, we need a video on that BMW," because obviously we have a lot of Honda content on here or Japanese content, but some German stuff.
Yeah, it feels a bit out of place in this environment, I think.
Yeah.
Working
So
with what we
this one's
got.
got those, what do you call them? Fuel injectors?
Black Magic Wizardry, I think is what those are.
Yeah.
But no, it's been sitting for a few years. The guy had some paint work done and a seat upholstered, and he did a good job. It looks pretty good. But as far as mechanically, it still had a few things that needed to be buttoned up. So I've been going through and rebuilt the injectors and put new fuel lines on it, and I've just been sorting it out.
Yeah, basically all of its issues were due to just sitting. So this place was smelling like varnish real bad one day whenever you started cracking those lines open. But yeah, new fuel lines here. Do we have the old sending unit from the tank?
It might be out back somewhere.
It was bad. So anyway, this is the tank on it, and it had a new pump in it, but the sending unit was absolute garbage. So let's go see if we can find that. Okay. So the pump definitely wasn't getting any power. Obviously this is for the fuel level, but contacts down here for the actual power to the pump are no bueno. So this thing was pretty roached. So I had to replace that. What else?
Pretty much just going through the fuel system, adjusting some cables and linkages, and that's really all I've had to do to it.
So we have yet to even fire this bike up, but we're pretty confident that we're on the right track, I guess, as far as, what it's going to need. So hopefully there won't be any more surprises on this thing. But I'm looking forward to kind of taking it for a spin. This is a really cool local customer we have. He's brought us a couple other bikes that are really cool. So I don't know if we've shown him in any videos, but I think he's going to enjoy this thing. And as if, one BMW wasn't enough.
Well, we had to get two.
Oh, what's this? A BMW F800 GS that's been singed.
Charbroiled, actually.
Charbroiled. That will be a full upcoming video, so we're not going to talk any more about that now. But what we can talk about is our Grand Tour bikes.
Indeed.
So obviously we teased that R6. Let's go check it out.
I think mine's faster.
Yours runs, mine does not. Such a good story. So kind of take us through, quickly explain what the Grand Tour or 1.5 Grand Tour is that we're going to be doing.
So the 1.5 Grand Tour is put on by a local BMW shop, Gateway BMW to be specific. And they started a couple of years ago where the whole idea is get a few guys together and they try to stay within $1,500 or as cheap as possible on acquiring a motorcycle. And then they have a few months to get it set up and fixed and ready for the ride. And then at the end of the year, they all get together and it's about a 500-ish mile ride. And, it's a great time. You go ride the old bikes and see if you break down or don't break down, fix each other's bikes.
It's going to happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah. And then at the end, all get together and everyone's bike is up for dibs. We draw lots for it depending on who goes first. And everyone's bike is up for grabs for $1,500.
Yeah. So this event's going to take place in August. And so I've mentioned in a community post a cheap bike challenge, or doing a 3-4 part series on a cheap bike revival series. So that's what this essentially is. So this R6 is Seth's Grand Tour bike. So at the end of the ride, it will be available to the riders, to the participants of the ride for $1,500. But I'm curious to see how you're going to stay within budget on this one.
I got some goober ideas.
So I don't know, give us a quick rundown of this thing. I don't know what kind of content we're going to make on it, but might as well show it.
Well, frankly, the biggest Achilles heel of this thing is the wiring. You may notice some rather singed wires.
It looks like a BMW.
Yeah. It needs some wiring help, and quite a bit of it. Otherwise, it's in pretty good shape. We had it in the back of the van, and I just was kind of goofing around and hit the start button to see what would happen, and it fired up.
Yeah, absolutely unexpected. You gonna do a van burnout? So, it's got the Micron, it's got a brand new back tire on it. What year is this thing?
02, I believe.
02, okay. But yeah, we'll see how this thing goes. You do have the bodywork, obviously. We showed it with that. It's gonna need some love and to be debondoed.
I think a pressure washer will do a lot of good for this thing.
It might hurt it. It might blow it apart. Yeah, this one's gonna be interesting. So I'm curious to see how you're gonna stay within budget on this one. We're into it for X amount, and it's gonna be cool.
I'm excited. There's interesting engineering going on in a few different areas.
That scares me.
Yeah, we have no idea what that is or why it's there, but it's probably going to stay there.
Yeah. Well, it looks like an anchor point for anything we want to attach to the bike. It looks pretty solid.
Exactly. But yeah, this thing with some wiring repairs and maybe going through the carburetors and just checking stuff out, it really is all it needs.
Yeah, hopefully. Now, on the subject of the Grand Tour and that cheap bike challenge, let me kind of show you guys what I have planned for it. All right, so back here, we've got a CB900C. So this is one of those bikes that's not really rare, but I've never had and I've never ridden one. So this has the 10-speed So it's a high and a low with a 5-speed shaft drive, 900cc. You can't really see it, but it does have a freaking 4-in-1 with a super trap on it. So I picked this up for $400. This is not like any kind of a special deal. Stuff like this comes up for sale on Marketplace in the Midwest pretty frequently, honestly, because that's why we have so much shit in here. Anyway, my plan is to make a revival series. Again, probably 3-4 parts on how to do this stuff. And I want to try to do it like DIY style. So for rebuilding the carbs, I might just try to forego an ultrasonic cleaner and do it with like a vat of lemon pine sol or something like that. And just kind of get back to, you know, the DIY person in their garage, how to do this stuff properly, maybe where to spend money, where to save money, that kind of thing. So as I mentioned, I did a community post and had a lot of interaction. You guys seem really excited about it. So I'm fielding questions there. And then of course I'll look at all the comments below in this video, but yeah, I'd be curious to see what sort of things you would like me to focus on with this revival series. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I've been excited to ride one of these things. So last year I had that GL 500 and that was like the bike I wanted. This year I wanted a CB 900C specifically, and here we go. So I'm excited. And so actually, since I'm standing here, this Nighthawk, I showed this in a video. This is a essentially running riding bike, just needs a little bit of work done to it. It does have a second gear issue where it will pop out of gear, probably just to round it off, you know, dog in the transmission. So this is kind of our backup bike for the cheap bike ride. You know, if we don't fix second gear and we keep kind of the work kind of minimal that goes into it and just make it a good rider, I think we can do that $1,500. But yeah, this one's kind of on the fence. It's like to fix second gear is splitting cases and stuff. And then, you know, I don't know if it's going to be worth what it would need to be worth to cover our costs after that. So we're kind of unsure on what to do with this Nighthawk, but it's here. We're into it for a fair deal. It's just a cool bike. It looks good next to Seth's bike, which you're working on.
Got some of that red and black going on. I'm quite a big fan. It's not red, white, and blue, but...
You just literally lowballed a guy on Marketplace for RWB Nighthawk, so, you know, who knows what color this thing will be in 2 weeks.
Got to keep the closet fresh, you know? Got to change it out every once in a while.
Yeah. But yeah, you're coming along on this one. We got to do a little bit of work. I'm sure maybe Thursday we stay late on Thursdays. Maybe we'll put some time in on it. So I want to do some work on mine too. I would expect it to be a little smoky at first. Especially after sitting on the side stand for like a year. Sounds great. Okay. Hear that pump. Injectors clicking away. Cool. Good job. Check it.
I can do injection things.
I feel like a tack's a little slow. So bear in mind, this thing has not ran in at least 6-7 years. I think this is the first time I've seen this color in the daylight.
I don't like it.
You know, because we picked it up at night and then it's just been inside. Get him a shot.
Sorry about that. I actually tried not to do that.
No, I was joking.
Tornado. We still don't have anything confirmed on the ground, but we believe that could be coming sooner rather than later. Somebody out here says my office doesn't have a safe spot. You just want to get as far away from windows as you can, and I think you're going to be just fine.
Talking about.
Going down towards
Okay, it is 11:05. We already have 2 bikes in the back, and we're on our way to go get one more. Fully disassembled controls, contacts cleaned, re-greased, everything is like new.
Nice and snappy.
Yeah, wiring color looks good. Every connection gets inspected. All right, that's gonna do it for this update video. We got a whole lot of stuff going on, and since the last clip, we have even more stuff in the shop. And as if one sporty boy wasn't enough, oh, look at that, that's all you get to see. So anyway, I'm back here with Colton. We're gonna be working on another video for his bike, but until next time, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Look for other updates on the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.